Hi, this is Anita with 5 Minutes with Art. One of the masters of the Renaissance is considered to be the artist Titian. We don't talk about Titian as much as maybe we talk about Michelangelo, Leonardo da Vinci, or Raphael, but Titian is just as significant of an artist as they are. He was born around 1488 to 1490 in a small town near the Alps in Italy. As a child, he moved to Venice. And then, he began to study under Bellini and some of the artists there in Venice. So his work sort of reflected a lot of their type of artwork. His style is what kind of makes him sort of unique. It's characterized by these bold sort of use of colors, dramatic compositions, lifelike representations. He had this really strong contrast between light and dark to create the sense of volume and depth. He really was a master of that. He was also a master of being able to layer glazes to make them feel very rich and hues that brought his subjects to life. So he really was sort of like a master in his art and his creation. Throughout his career, he enjoyed the patronage of some of the most influential figures of the time. So, he had the Holy Roman Emperor Charles V, King Philip II of Spain. So that's why he sort of became this important artist, because he also had a lot of great patronages for his work. Some of the reasons why Titian is a significant artist is he was a pioneer of the color techniques. He revolutionized the use of color painting, developing techniques that countless artists used after him. He had a lot of versatility in his subjects. He was able to paint lots of different subject matters. He had a great influence on a lot of future artists. Artists such as Rubens, Rembrandt, and even modern painters like Picasso. They were all sort of influenced by Titian's work. So he was someone that was not only a great artist during his time, but he also influenced a lot of other artists along the way. He was innovative in his portraits and how he painted his portraits. So he was very innovative in that. He had this great cultural impact of the Renaissance, but also after the Renaissance. He really was somebody who had this great impact. His work is, a lot of times is in exhibitions. It's continued to be studied. It really is a work that underscores an artist that has a lasting impact on art and art history. He was a master of technique. He had a technical mastery that few other artists during his time had. So there's lots of work, which is very important work by him. One of them is probably the Assumption of the Virgin, which is a work which many times you can see there his great use of colors and how he used those colors, or the portrait of Charles V with a dog, which is a great portrait which really shows this humanistic era of Charles V, or the Rape of Europa. So he really was able to paint a lot of different types of paintings. If you are interested in him, which I hope everyone that's interested in art is interested in, because he really is a great artist who deserves to have our attention for the arts, that you will read our blog post about Titian, the master of the Venetian Renaissance. And on there, you'll be able to see a lot of his paintings and his, some of his most significant paintings and his brilliant use of colors. He really was someone who really understood how to use color in a way that a lot of other artists didn't during that time. But not only that, is he sort of brought this human side to things. When you look at the portrait of Charles V with a dog, you can just sort of get this feeling like he sort of had a love for that dog that is standing there next to him. And even his own self-portrait is a mastery in itself. He painted some self-portraits. So if you get a chance, check out our blog post, look at some of the paintings, and learn more about this great artist who many of us don't really talk about enough in the Renaissance, but the great artist of Titian and his works of art. This is Anita from 5 Minutes with Art. Thank you so much for listening. We hope that you'll join us and join our community. We'd love to have you subscribe, comment, become part of our community. We love having you join with us together to learn more about many of these great artists.